What's up, Daily Fab Gamers? Thank you so much for watching my stream. Before you jump into this red-hot action, let's review the rules. Don't be a dick. This should go without saying, but better safe than sorry. Chat with me. You know that I can talk at my computer for hours, but it's more fun when my computer talks back. And let's have a good time. I'm here to get sweaty, but that doesn't mean we can't have fun while I do it. Use the chat command deck for a link to the deck I'm playing here. It's also in the video description. Some of these decks are sick, and you might want to play them in real life. In that case, let me refer you to Hemel from the Bazaar. It's never been more affordable to play in the flesh and blood. Players have been buying the cards they need from Hemel for years. I started buying from him in 2023 and have never found a better deal. The Bazaar's prices are lowest for singles and full sets, including new releases. Compendium of Rathe singles are available now and ship both domestically and internationally. Use the command Hemel for contact info, then message Hemel to see what he can do for you. Using the data command will produce a link to Fablazing.com, the best source for deck list, matchup, and tournament data. Do you have too much money? Give some of it to me. Custom channel tokens, as used by 2025 US National Champion and World's Philadelphia Top 8 competitor Majin Bay, are available on my Ko-Fi. And you can spam the coolest emojis in chat by becoming a member of the channel. Now sit back and get cozy because the stream begins now. Do you have too much money? I made myself laugh with that one. Yeah, we got the new stream intro. We all enjoyed it. The channel memberships are cool. You can spam the cool emojis. But today, we are back and we are playing Fang, Classic Constructed. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Hope your pro quests went well. If you played in any. I played in one. I went 3-2, came in 10th. I brought Great Axe Dorinthia. I should not have. Morning, Colwell. I should have. Ooh, okay, cool. This is the one I wanted to test. I feel like I should have brought Terra. I think my games would have gone more or less the same as they actually, they ended up going. But I don't know, would have enjoyed myself more maybe. Ian Holland last week did make a really good point on the stream, which is, would you rather go 3-2 with a deck that you really enjoy and feel like, ooh, I did so well with this deck, or would you rather go 3-2 with, the meta deck that you picked up because it was flavor of the week, and then feel like, I should have done so much better than I actually did. You do already give me money, Rose, and I appreciate that. I wish everyone was like you and gave me money. So 3-2 with Great Axe Story, which is still, a fine outcome, but would have been nice to win. Though if I had won, that would mean that I couldn't play Classic Constructed. We have no more Sage Pro Quests here in NorCal. Awkward timing. For, I guess it's Rowdy Locals, right? No, it's probably Rise from the Ashes. If I draw a blue, then I get to do Mounting Sword, Blaze, Rowdy Locals with the Phoenix Flame, and then Oscilio has to make a choice. Yeah, we have no more Sage Pro Quests here in NorCal. There were 3 this weekend, and then none after that, which is, I don't know, not great timing on anyone's part, but not great scheduling, and what can you do? So we're going to play the Rise from the Ashes. I can't really do anything cool with this hand. I can't do the play Rise, do a starter, play the Phoenix, break chain, keep going, pick up the Phoenix Flame again. I'm a resource short. I'm not going to break Old Knocker for it. Actually, I think I'm supposed to not play this Rise from the Ashes. I think I'm supposed to sit on this and just go. I'm not super afraid of wobble. It's more like, do I need this Rise from the Ashes for my hand to function? And the answer is no. So I'd like to set it in Arsenal in case I rip a Phoenix War or Fire That Burns Within off the top. It's weird, I hate playing KO and CC now, but in Silver Age it's kind of refreshing. I actually feel the opposite, Caldwell. I don't like playing KO and Sage because it feels very like... It feels like how KO felt in Heavy Hitters, where you just play your hand, and you either like find it or you don't. Like you play the Wild Ride, you pitch the blue, you have a blue and a red in hand. If you keep the blue and the Bear Fangs, then your turn is great. And if you don't keep the Bear Fangs, then your turn sucks. And that's what it feels like in Sage. In CC, you get Spring Tunic or you get Sash. You have Bloodrush Bellow that you can either like play and get a really efficient 4-card hand, or you can set it in Arsenal. You have Gauntlets to use your floating resource if you do end up with 2 blues after you play your Wild Ride. It just feels like you have more options for how to actually pilot a game. So I really don't like the feeling in Sage, but generally I don't like playing aggro in Sage. It feels very variance-based in a way that I don't like. I really do prefer the like grindier deck. So I brought the DGA, and DGA was actually fun. Like, it's very boring. You are playing Guardian. All right. Well, I'm glad I kept the Rise from the Ashes because this hand does not function without it. No pro quest this past week within 4 hours, just a little bit of FOMO. Yeah, I get that. That really makes sense, Jim. I'll just give my area 90% CC pro quests. This is not anything I'm going to address. I suspect that the Oscilio is going to play out the hand, do a bunch of damage. I mean, I'll give the flight path, I guess. My hope is that I'm not getting mind warped this turn, but even if I am getting... No, I just hope I don't get mind warped. The Seduce Secrets here is a little unfortunate because it's going to show this breaking point, which I was really hoping that Oscilio would not know about. Set the Gone in a Flash in Arsenal, and then I get to threaten it. DGA rarely misses. I did lose a game to a Briar. I think it was a winnable game. Like, I might have just punted the turn. But I did draw a hand of yellow, red, red, red. And unfortunately, that put me in a spot where I had to take a little damage to send the 3-card 7. In hindsight, I was probably supposed to block more than Arsenal the Fighting Spirit, which is the 3 for 7 I sent, and just have an off turn, hope that the Briar bricked. But that game was pretty unfortunate for me in a few different ways. If Oscilio had the wobble there, I don't think I lose this game, but this turn is like terrible. This turn goes from a really good threatening turn to pitch blue mounting anger into 5, pick up Phoenix Flame, go 0-3-3 Arsenal breaking point and cry. So I'm really glad that the Oscilio didn't have it. I could break links here, but why? Like, what am I doing with the links? What I actually might want to do, I'm going to send the display loyalty. I think I'm supposed to sit on this hot on their heels. Again, like, I don't know that I'm under pressure per se. Like, I'm not... Oscilio is going to have to give me cards. Yes, they have the Sigil of Brilliance set up, so they could give me Sigil, Flash, and a card from hand, and like refill. But either this is a Gone in a Flash in Arsenal, and Oscilio is going to have to block to protect it, or it's, you know, an instant. I guess if it's like Sigil of Lightning, Oscilio could play it out. I mean, I'm not thrilled about my position right now. The Oscilio found Sigil of Brilliance in the first 2 turns of the game with a Gone in a Flash. Like, if this is a game that I will lose, it's this one. But if Oscilio doesn't find like the kill line here, or has to give 2 cards to protect the Arsenal, I want a 5-card hand. That's what Fi does. It's why you play Fi and not Syndra, because your 5-card hands are so much better than hers. So yeah, the DGA game against the Briar, I think I piloted it poorly. I might have had a better chance, but that game was a little unfortunate generally. Like, the Briar found both Sigil of Sufferings on turns where I sent physical damage, or rather non-axe damage. So like, let's do this. I don't think there's a world where I'm... Okay, I did get the Gone in a Flash. I don't think there's a world where I'm like breaking pouncing links here. But, you know, might as well gain some information from what was in Oscilio's arsenal before I make that call. Okay. So, if you're playing Sigil of Brilliance on my turn, surely your turn is like very medium. All right, so we find the Spreading Flames. This turn, what did you do? Okay, you activated Bindings in response to the Sigil. This turn is going to be pretty cool if I don't get Mind Warped or have to block. The Hot on the Heels and Arsenal is kind of whatever. I get to do Old Knocker, Spreading Flames, Hot on Their Heels, Ignite into... Okay. This hand is less good. And then you're gone in a flat. God damn it. All right, so this is they're going. Which makes me wonder, am I supposed to even, like, keep cards? I would like to keep this Blaze Headlong. Am I going to Montreal? I am not going to Montreal. Okay, so we're going to block here. Much rather have played Lexi, but KO's matchups are so much better across the board. No, we have a local who's, like, very KO-pilled. Feels very good about KO generally. And, I mean, for the most part, I think he's right. KO is just a very strong deck. Kind of all around, and I think he is on people's radar, but less so than, like, Kano or Briar. I feel like KO is very solidly the fourth most popular deck in the format. I don't want to say the fourth best deck in the format, but definitely the fourth most popular in, like... You know, like, Mind Warp me again? Jesus Christ. Alright. Well, I guess I'm going to hit you for 3, and then I'm going to Arsenal this display instead. Yeah, I feel like we've got Kano and Briar at the top of everyone's hit list. Under those two is Dorinthia. And then under Dorinthia is KO. We have a lot of time until community votes. We have a whole ass BNR in 2 weeks. This hand is a functional hand of cards. This hand will threaten lethal if I'm allowed to keep it. We get to do... Rise, Ignite, Mounting... Okay, I don't get to break the chain, unfortunately. For the Rise from the Ashes. And my Pouncing Links is just finding, like, Salt the Wound. Yeah, we're going to see what the meta looks like after the BNR shakes it up. Like, I think there's a world where DGA gets banned and suddenly no one wants to bench Warrior anymore because Warrior is really bad. Or it just, like, doesn't do anything. So, Gone in a Flash. I mean, I'm going to take as much damage as the Oscilio is going to let me take. I'm not worried about going to 6. Oh, and you just kill me? All right. Okay. I feel like that was not a game.
I don't know. I have trouble feeling anything about that game. Seems like the Oscilio kind of high-rolled me like a lot. They found double Sigil of Brilliance, double Gone in a Flash by turn 2, and then double Mind Warped me on turn 2. It's like, alright. I don't know that I really have an impression about this matchup based on that one game. Because it felt like the Oscilio just fucking rolled me. Oh good, it's Flying Bread, who we know is on Fatigue. Based off of our last game against them, they're on a Fatigue plan. So we can do this board, and I guess go up to 64? Do I care about Loyalty Beyond? Not really. We just did this. Yeah, Steven, you tell me. Did I do anything wrong there? I feel like they just kind of had it on like every turn of the game. We know that this Jarl, based on our last game against them, is on a ice mid-range plan. Unless their deck has changed, which maybe it has. But, okay, there's Unforgiving, Unforgetting, and Mangle, so I'm assuming this is just the same plan that they were on before. We don't immediately get our Tunic crumbled, so maybe we're in it. As far as sequencing goes, we're going to play the Ignite first. I'm not overly thinking about saving the Flame Call. We do need to pay, which I guess is going to be these two, and I will just get the Phoenix Flame out of my deck. Oh, what's up, Dennis? Yeah, you kind of high-rolled your draws of Brilliance, seeing CLV to get extra cards. Yeah, I just don't. I'm like looking at these hands that I'm drawing, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this can do a thing, and then you just like rip the nuts. Like, all right, well, I don't exactly know what I'm supposed to do in this situation, so I'm not going to worry about it. Phoenix Flame is already getting a Shuko trigger from the Ignite, so I am going to Fi after this Phoenix Flame to pick up my second Phoenix Flame, and then I'm just going to Arsenal it, and I'm not super worried that Jarl is going to do anything that punishes me for having a bad card in my arsenal. If Jarl, like, disables me for whatever reason or does something to my arsenal, like, okay. Your Winter's biting me. Which of these cards do I not need? I can... If I bottom the Inflame, I do Rise, Blaze Headlong, Phoenix Flame, Lava Burst. I think I'm putting the Lava Burst back so that I maintain finisher density with Pouncing Links. This Titan's Fist for 4, we are just taking this damage. Play the Rise, pick up my Phoenix, I get to Blaze for 7. So this line does 1 less damage than keeping the Lava Burst. If I had pitched the Inflame to the Winter's Bite. Oh, you're stalagmiting me? Honestly, this is fine. This is going to let me pitch a Phoenix Flame, which I'm kind of okay with. And this just puts a Phoenix Flame back in my deck for my other Flame Call Awakening. And we got the first charge of Stalagmite, and we got whatever this was, Mangle. What do I think of Vest the First Fist over Old Knocker? I've been trying it against other aggro decks, and the second resource lets you have some crazy combo turns early. I like Old Knocker because it lets me pay for Spreading Flames or Phoenix War without any interaction from my opponent. That's the biggest thing that Old Knocker does for you, is it lets you combo without your opponent being able to stop you. So like, you bring an Old Knocker against Oscilio or whatever, some race, you know, some aggro deck where it's like, this is, we want to be doing the thing. We need to go early if the cards line up. This is a functional hand of cards. This is a hand of cards that blocks. We're definitely putting Hot on their heels in front. Probably Flame Call Awakening. I mean, we could do this. Send Blaze Headlong, Arsenal a card. The question is, how much do I care about this Flame Call? I guess I kind of care about it. My Tunic is going to be up. We'll just do this. So I don't like Vest because say you like played against Oscilio or Syndra and they just happen to have a hand that doesn't convert, so they start blocking and you really need the resource and then you just get stuck with a thing. Like, I don't want to have to rely on my opponent letting me hit. But the extra resource is good, right? It lets you do your big combo with like Phoenix War and then also have the resource for God damn it. Okay, we can do this. Alternatively, we have a Flame Call Awakening in our pitch. All right, I think we have to pay for it. So this is where Everbloom Life is a fucking obnoxious card. It can bottom my Phoenix Flame because it's any graveyard, but it's not a targeted effect. So I have to decide if I'm going to Fi the Everbloom before it resolves, or else it doesn't work. Unfortunately, this hand works really well with... It works okay with the Flame Call. I would be Rising, not picking up a Phoenix Flame, and then playing my Flame Call. Is that better? All right, so what happens? I turn a blue into a Phoenix Flame. Come to my turn, pitch the blue, Phoenix War. I think that's gotta be better than letting the Phoenix Flame go to the bottom and then having to like rise for 3 to get it back. That's gotta be better than needing to play the rise as just head jab. Oakenol double fuse, baby. They're doing it. They're just finding it. We're not blocking this. Was Channel Lake Frigid and Fruits. This is kind of okay. So we now have a decision. I can rip this Phoenix War and just hope that I find something reasonable. I could Tunic, Flame Call, Phoenix Flame, Arsenal, Phoenix War. I think I'm just kind of doing this and seeing what happens. This is kind of reasonable. Having the 1 cost here is unfortunate. I can pitch Fire. I mean, I'm going to get Stalagmited here, so I pitch. If I don't, I pitch Fire for Flame Call, find another Phoenix Flame, play that Phoenix Flame, and then Fi to pick up the next one. But I think I'm actually just getting Stalagmited, and then my turn ends. Yeah, and then we're going to just IP a card and lose the game. I could break Pouncing Links for Ignite. Pitch Fire, play the Flame Call. No, we're just going to wait. No, we're just losing this game. The Oak and Old just lined up really well with what I needed to do. I'm not sure how I was supposed to pilot that turn. Are you going to pummel me? This is another just unfortunate hand. What if I did this block? I Fire in response, pick up the Phoenix Flame, discard it. That just seems worse than doing this. I don't think that this deck beats mid-range Jarl, and I don't think that I am supposed to expect to play against mid-range Jarl. I think that this is We are playing against someone who cares very much about beating Fi. This deck also beats Oscilio. What this deck doesn't beat is Verdance or KO. And I think it also loses to just other stuff too. I don't know. Maybe I am just salty that like they're having it every turn. I have a lot of trouble taking mid-range Jarl seriously. I really do. I don't want to play this game anymore. I will be dodging Flying Bread if at any point I see them in the future. Flying Bread, if you're in chat, I'm sorry. Your deck pisses me off. It's Marlynn. I believe this is an old knocker matchup. I would think Fi does beat Verdance. I think people are still going to bring Verdance. We do this board. I think people are still going to bring Verdance. Like, Verdance will still be a very good deck. Yeah, I don't think mid-range Jarl. I think that if you bring Fi to a pro quest and you win your first round, you will not play against mid-range Jarl. What if we didn't do Sync? What if we did Loyalty instead? Let's try that. We get to go second, which is good in this matchup, but this is another, like, really bad one. We just have a very hard time blocking this deck. I personally also play mid-range Jarl, although the Earth variant, we're in 2 RTN finals this season with it, so I don't know what does Earth Jarl do? I guess it's Lava Burst is the blocking one here. It's interesting because if I draw a starter, this hand still kind of doesn't function. Like I guess because I have the finisher in Breaking Point that I'm more interested in. Like, what does Earth Jarl do as a mid-range deck? Like, what are your on-hits? What are you pummeling? What does it do? Oh, you get to felling? Yeah, sure. Earth mid-range Jarl, I feel really good on Fi because you're basically Verdance, but you don't do arcane damage, so I get to interact with you more. Yeah, Ice Jarl, I really struggle to take that deck seriously because it just has not been good in a long time. You're hooking this. This is 9. It has overpower. I can't stop it. I could give you all of my armor, and you would still have your hook. So we will be taking 6 here. Marlynn banks a gold out of the deal that doesn't get an arsenal, so I'm kind of okay with the way that this went. At the same time, now I have this dumb Breaking Point. Luckily for me, I wouldn't be able to do it anyway. Jesus. This hand kind of doesn't do anything. I could Dragon Power for a Phoenix Flame. Phoenix Flame, hot on their heels, Lava Burst, which I guess is just 6, which is better than like pitching a card for Breaking Point. Yeah, that's unfortunate that we didn't find a starter. That's we don't like those. But I do get to set this Breaking Point. And Marlynn still doesn't have an arsenal, so never say never. Played as Marlynn in my last Pro Quest, won World 1 and matched into a Valda. Valda's like a real deck though. I'm not surprised to hear that Valda was doing well. I ran into a Valda in round 6 in the undefeated bracket at my last RTN. She is a good deck. She is a deck that I take seriously. She has a very bad Verdance matchup, but she's good into a lot of other things. This is another hand that functions, technically. Oh my god, so what am I doing with this? Well, I guess Marlynn's gonna take her turn, and then I get to decide. This hand, like, what are we... This very tragic lack of starters is really unfortunate. So this hand says that I Fi at the end of her, assuming she doesn't do anything. All right, I'm getting King Shart. For 10? Oh, that's why you broke the gold. I'm like, you don't get to play your pump. I think I just say no blocks. She can't take my Phoenix War. It depends on what she takes. I'm kind of expecting her to take the Lava Burst. The worst card she could take for us is the blue, but she doesn't know that. Or no, maybe she does know that. If she's tracking, then she knows this is a breaking point and not a starter. She knew. Jesus Christ. Marlynn is rough if they have it every turn. I think she does. Like, I think the way her deck is built now is just... I don't want to do this, actually. I want to Emberblade. I want to get these out of my... Like, as much as I want Lava Burst for the Phoenix War, I have a finisher. I want to clear out my hand to try to find fucking anything. Any starter. All right, that's a pretty good one. This hand is pretty good if I get to keep it. All right, what is it? King Shart? All right, King Shart we can deal with. Now it's fine. I wish she would arsenal a card. I know her hands just aren't working for it. She isn't like intentionally playing around the breaking point. It's just like, holy shit. Will you give me something to destroy? Really making me wish that this was the Lava Burst that I could have arsenaled instead. So the other clunker problem with this build, just random no starter hand, or it's a no blue hand with 1 costs. Morning, Aurora. I mean, that's just kind of how Fi is. Like, I don't think my build is running an egregious number of 1 costs or like cut starters. Like, I'm not playing yellow Rising, but I don't know. This feels like we're getting the bad variants. Very much like the build doesn't normally do this. All right. Do we draw a functional hand of cards? Sort of. Gets a Ronin. If the Ronin hits... Why is my hero tapped? If the Ronin hits, we're going to find Ignite. Which is going to let me fire for free. Not only fire for free, but I will get to then 5 for free. So we're sending 5, I draw a new card. What is this one? Oh, you have like equipment. When this defends, you may pitch a blue card from your graveyard. Oh, you have quick dot. My Marlynn has like armor that I could have looked at. Interesting. The old knocker that's spicy. Aurora, should my Marlynn be playing these cards? Is this good? I have not seen a Marlynn do this loadout before. And now I'm like, oh wait, this is kind of sick. Fire Tendant's a good one. Still, wish my Marlynn had an arsenal so that my breaking point would do anything. It's the new Marlynn tech. Marlynn players are calling that the mini fridge. I mean, it's not bad. They're going to get value out of it. Get to keep the entire hand. It does seem actually good. I'm very worried about this deck. Like, the tech that I need to bring to actually do anything to Marlynn is kind of, I don't feel good about it. Like, having Sink Below in my deck is not going to solve the Marlynn problem. All right, well, we got good value out of that turn. Now we have a pooper. Man, this is brutal. What is with the lack of starters? That's just a consistent lack of starters this game. I do have this Warmongers, though, which is pretty cool. That might get me out, especially if the Marlynn continues to not arsenal anything. I guess that doesn't actually make sense if she gets to keep a gold. But she's drawn, she's digging. Maybe she's just got a bunch of poop. Maybe this Marlynn also drew a bunch of poop. JK, it's Cheating Scoundrel. Did you double Cheating Scoundrel me? Holy shit. Oh, but you can't overpower it. No, it is overpowered. No, it isn't. You do have the card that's going to let you Cheating Scoundrel me. Time you would lose a wager, instead discard, so you're going to discard this to make 1 gold, question mark? Am I supposed to Warmongers here? I feel like yes. We're going to Loyalty Beyond. I'm going to force you to discard that card. Ooh, I get a gold. Yeah, we Warmongers and pray. It might buy me space. Oh no, this is actually sick because Marlynn can't break the gold. She chose War. I will also choose War. Let's see how many Rise from the Ashes I draw. Alright, this is a functional hand of cards. It also kind of blocks fine. Never lucky. Always has the tipple. I don't know, Aurora. This seems worse now. And she tops 2. I guess she didn't... Oh, she didn't do the thing. Oh, okay, never mind. We're fine. Sure. That's allowed. Unfortunately, I cannot sequence this hand in a way to get the Inflame. The +2 on Inflame. This is just a head jab. Which is fine. This hand is going to threaten lethal. Not the tipple, no. But it didn't work. She didn't find it. We're still fine. So this hand gets to do 3, 3, 2, 2, 5. So we are forcing cards out of Marlynn. It would be nice if I could turn on the Inflame, but I'm a resource short. Oh wait, no, sorry, I don't have Shuko anymore. So it's 3, 3, 2, 1, 5. Which is still lethal. Marlynn's going to have to play this on a 3-card hand, but she does have a gold. This might get us there. See what happens. We also have a gold, which could bail us out if we draw blues. And we have Flight Path. Like, we're questionably okay. I've been less okay than I am right now. Turn a card in a graveyard face down. Again, these cards that don't specify a target, which mean that I do need to decide if I'm picking up my Phoenix Flame before they resolve. Really unfortunate. I assume it's targeting my Phoenix Flame because Marlynn has the gold. The nice thing is I have blues. So I can pitch the dragon, probably pitch the Rise so that I keep the 3 block. Pick up my Phoenix Flame. I get to do Phoenix, close, doesn't matter. What if I lose my... I can't lose my Phoenix Flame. We have to Fi in response. And then Marlynn gets to do something else. God, these effects are so brutal for Fi. This in the Everbloom is like so bad. Would you stop? Oh my god. I hate this hero. I don't think we're getting there. Oh, never mind, it's a drill shot. Oh, it's a blue drill shot? Never mind, we're totally fine. You're hammerheading. This is gonna get +4. So I do have to block this. Sure. Sure. Hammerheading with different cards. Alright, so I do have to block this. What does that mean? It means I really wish I didn't have this fucking Phoenix Flame. I do have the gold. If I block with Rise, it puts me to 2. If I block with Rise, it puts me to 2. I pitch Dragon Power into the gold. I'm going to float a resource. What am I hoping to find? I'm hoping to find a starter. I guess I could pitch the salt into the... No, that doesn't make any sense. What if I block with the Dragon Power? My hand is play Rise, Phoenix Flame for 3, Emberblade for 3. Marlynn has to give me 2 cards. If I block with the Rise and go to 2, I pitch blue into the gold. I think it's this. They're dead. They are not dead. She's a 5-card hand. How is she dead? She's only at 2. The Phoenix Flame doesn't currently have power. Mounting Anger is a pretty good draw. Okay. So we get to Mounting Anger, which is sick. That's probably one of the best draws we could have had. Alright, this hits. Now we banish the Phoenix Flame. Phoenix Flame is now lethal, so you have to block here. I do not have a Phoenix Flame in my graveyard. Salt is 3, Emberblade is 3, so we're just Emberblading. Keeping a card in deck, why not? Let's Phi just in case. Maybe our opponent just... Oh, Salt concedes. They don't. They didn't do that. I was really hoping they would just Salt concede. Okay. Let's see. Oh, God. Portside finds... nothing? Question mark? Would you like to... Okay, that's a card. Redfin for 4. This is sort of unfortunate. Oh, they choose and reveal a card. Oh, okay, sick. So go to 1. And then I'll show you this blue Mounting Anger. And then I get to go 3, 3, 1. And then just arsenal this Phoenix War, I guess. Got any Marvel Chi you're looking to get rid of? Steven, are you asking me if I have a card to sell to you? The answer is yes. I do have a Marvel Grain that tips the scale. No, Aurora, I was looking at the Marlin's turn like, oh god, am I dead? But no, luckily I remembered that my opponent's cards have text. Ooh, even get the Loyalty Beyond, just in case. We're so up. All right, we did it. Wow. We got there. Over her nut start, and then we drew Warmongers. That's right. That's right, yes. It wasn't any, I don't know that it was necessarily skillful play on my part, aside from when I skillfully played Warmonger's Diplomacy. Fang. Guess knocker. Probably loyalty? Do I care? Is this a Warmonger's hero? I don't think so. Try that. I don't think I need loyalty beyond the grave. Do I care about that? Sure. I don't know how I'm supposed to board against. It's something I gotta work on. Boarding against these heroes. Oh, Jesus. Boarding against these heroes where Warmongers and Bell doesn't do anything to them. I guess I'm blocking like this. This hand is unfortunate. The two Phoenix Wars in this hand are really unfortunate. Because I can't... It's +1, and when this hits a hero, deal 1 damage. This card, like, sucks, right? Play 2 games as Fi against Fang, and is difficult. Got caught out by Blunton. It's a good point. Thank you for reminding me that Blunton exists. Which mode did you pick? The bad one? I think I am fine to pass. As much as I don't want these 2 Phoenix Wars, I do want 1 Phoenix War. So what we're gonna do, we drew something that lets me pitch, or something that costs 0, but even if we had drawn a card that I have to pitch for, it's fine. This is not going to be an exciting turn. I'm just gonna play the Inflame. I'm gonna pitch a Phoenix War into Fi to pick up the Phoenix Flame, send the Flame for 2, and then pass and arsenal the other Phoenix War, and then be in a position with the 5-card hand. I'm really not concerned about Fang doing anything, because to my knowledge, the deck doesn't really run Disruption. It would be funny if we drew the 3rd fart. I'd kill myself. Fang just doesn't really have Disruption. If I consider going down to 2 Phoenix Wars, the chance of getting 2 is lower. No, because it is the best card in the deck. The chance that I see 2 is unlikely. It is a low chance. What I am more interested in is drawing them at all. The games in which I see Phoenix War versus not are much more heavily slanted in my favor. Card's too good to be a 2 of, exactly. I'm gonna block with the Flight Path. I mean, the Fang is definitely gonna do something. I guess I don't need to block with the Flight Path. This dagger is gonna have Go Again in case it turns into, oh, it didn't have Go Again. All right. Then I should have blocked with my Flight Path. I was thinking the dagger might have Go Again, and then like, what if Fang breaking points me? I wanna have the armor available. We may end up using our Flight Path without having blocked with it, so we lose a point. We rise from the ashes. We get to Phoenix War. Fang arsenal the card, which thank you very much. This is a hand of cards. So I am going to Old Knocker the Breaking Point. As far as sequencing goes, I don't think it matters. We'll send the Fire Tenant, which is going to get buffed by the Rise. It makes this a breakpoint. This is a breakpoint. This is already a breakpoint. I think I do need to break links for either Salt or Lava Burst this turn because I don't currently have a Tunic trigger, Shuko trigger. I don't need to break it now, though. We can wait. We send the Ember Blade next. Because it... Oh, never mind. We don't send the Ember Blade next. Lol. Be helpful if I played a Draconic card first. Which means I sequenced this turn incorrectly. I should have started with Ronin and then done Fire Tenant. And then done Ember Blade. Because now the Ember Blade is only attacking for 3, which I don't want it to be. I want it to attack for 4. Break Mask for Ignite to have a free breaking point. I already get a free breaking point with Old Knocker. See, and here we get covered on Salt. Which means that I'm still happy to do Lava Burst. Lava Burst is getting a point from Phoenix War. It was like not terrible. It just... The sequencing this turn could have been better. I would have lost nothing by sending the Ronin first. Although I guess... No, because then the Fire Tenant would have only been attacking for 3. So maybe this actually didn't matter at all. This I am now going to break. We are going to find Lava Burst. Yeah, we'll do it here. That's fine. I get to save my flight path potentially. Like if Fang dereacts from Arsenal on the Lava Burst, then I just don't do my flight path Old Knocker breaking point line. It's very contextual on what Fang is doing. What's up, Lee? Alright, are you going to dereact me? Cool, sick turn. I'm done now. Got the read. We arsenal that. We draw another Phoenix War. This hand sucks. Alright, what does this hand do? This hand could just like block a lot, I guess. And then pass. Or this hand... I mean, this hand could just block 9 and, like, stuff the Saver, stuff whatever the follow-up is. Like, I just put my flight path in front of the Lava Vein, stay marked. Or this hand pitches this blue into Phi. I Old Knocker the Art of War. I hope to find a starter. If I don't find the starter, I'm really sad. Yeah, I think this hand just waits, unfortunately. I get got by exactly Tooth of the Dragon. Boop. So Fang does get to keep the existing fealty, but he doesn't make any more fealty. So, and then we just wait. And hope that our next hand is better. This hand is better. What does this... this hand is kind of better. So we get to Old Knocker the Mounting Anger. Lets us blaze headlong. I'm probably just pitching Fire for breaking point and then arsenaling this Phoenix War. Didn't draw Phoenix War in both games I played, so that could be why it was hard. Yeah, it turns out the games where you draw Phoenix War are a little bit better than the games where you don't. Weirdly, drawing the best card in your deck does make a difference. And then we don't block here, and then you're going to do some nonsense. Sure, and I'm going to end the turn marked. and you draw something. Cool. Did I play Magic before Fab? What would I suggest a Simic Grixis player play? I did play Magic before Fab, but it was only ever limited. So I cannot recommend anything to you, unfortunately. And a Mounting Anger, I'm assuming either these 2 pieces of armor or like 3-block Dynamo. That's fine. I'm mostly just trying to get this breaking point out of my arsenal, which has been bad since I put it in there. Oh my god. Follow up with Blaze Headlong. I could play this breaking point, but I'd have to pitch my Art of War. And I still think I just don't want to do that. I'd rather just send the 3-card, I guess 4-card 13, which like isn't great, but it's fine. And then Arsenal the Art of War. I have 5 Rise from the Ashes still in my deck. Just breaking point. Set the Art of War. I have enough life to play with that I can afford to take hits. Den of the Spy. I didn't even realize this was a warrior card. I've literally never seen a Fang play this card. And this hand is pretty sick. You get to probably sit on the Phoenix War. I'm going to Ignite, Spreading Flames, Fire, discard, draw Emberblade something. So this is not like the huge go-off turn, because I have 2 cards that want me to have a Phoenix Flame. But we do get a really big turn, and then I get to set that up into a really big turn. We're going to 14. Fang is online, but... Oh, okay, I'm like, this had go again, right? Okay, so I go to 13. Fang has a 4-card hand. I don't think Fang can kill me. And I guess I have to play around Hunt's End. I will be... Actually, I don't know if I'll be threatening lethal. I'll be threatening something. Something cool is going to happen. I'll be threatening a lot of damage, at least. I wonder if it's worth playing Inflame now and trying to get 2 Phoenix Flames early into the graveyard. I don't think Inflame is a good card. All right, I am marked. I'm okay with that, because it means that Fang has fewer cards in his hand. Well, 5, pick up the Phoenix Flame, discard the Phoenix Flame. Oh my god, that's nuts. That's a really good one to draw. Emberblade comes in for 4. Lava Burst is going to come in for 6. We're not threatening lethal, but we're getting close. The real punish here is going to be Savor Bloodshed. So, Karkman, Yuki's list is playing 3 Flame Call. That's not great. That's not great either. Bring it for 8. I'm going to say no blocks. What does this one do? Additional attack. I guess we're going to block this dagger with hot on their heels, and Shuko can rise, pitch Phoenix War to play Phoenix War. Do this. You didn't have to go again, so I'm not dead. You rise. Play pitch. This is good. I will not get to pick up my Phoenix Flame again, but I am just sending a bunch of damage. So we go 6 into 5 into 4 and just pray. All right, I'm getting 2 cards here, so that I feel good. I feel like Fang is going to give us a hand. I think this is the first game where I'm really seeing like, wow, I do have too many 1 costs. Huh, how about that? You're just folding the hand. You're just giving us a 2 block and 3 pieces of armor. And then you're going to give me another 2 block and die. We should not have blocked with Tenet since it's not Draconic. I was concerned about the life. Okay, so... Oh, it's for the Dracai. Alright. That makes sense. So they are at 1. I mean, I guess I'm at 3. I just block like this, go to 2. Fang can't kill me on my turn. And I get to do... Mounting Anger, Emberblade... Mounting Anger, Emberblade, Break Flight Path, Emberblade, Phoenix Flame. That sounds reasonable. You block with Tenet instead of the other card. I was concerned about my life total. I guess I should have done the math on, like, does Hunt's End kill me if I block with the 2 block? Because you're right, it would have been better to have the Draconic card. I get to Mounting Anger. I don't have an on-hit. I mean, the on-hit is you die, so I guess I do have an on-hit. And then we Emberblade. Why are you all talking to me? People at work, not you all. I like when you all talk to me. And then I get to do this. It was a good game. Holy shit. That was pretty good value from Fang. We also had some good value. That was a game of flesh and blood. Okay, so this was the first one where I really felt like maybe I do have too many 1 costs. Like the Breaking Point got stuck in the arsenal, and then the Phoenix War got stuck in the arsenal. The Phoenix War was less 1 cost and more I have 2 cards that want me to have a Phoenix Flame, and I only have 1 of them. So that's less concerning. But yeah, maybe the Breaking Point is not good. Thank you, Rose. I am a God Gamer. And if you also want to tell me I'm a God Gamer, you can become a YouTube member, and you get the coolest emotes. You get these emotes, specifically, all of them. You also get to spam. All right, Marionette, this is okay, so this is the matchup where I just bring in all my D-reacts. Don't try to combo. We do bring in Breaking Point here. I don't think against Marionette I'm supposed to respect Graveyard Destruction. I don't think they're playing, like... Bonds of Attraction or anything. Alright, this hand is actually kind of cool. I just don't know how hard I'm supposed to go on turn 0. I'm supposed to let the Marionette filter. This hand lets me rise into Blaze Headlong Phoenix Flame, close the chain, rise into Phoenix Flame, get my Shuko trigger. Alright, here's what we're going to do. I am going to test Marionette's hand. But this could also be bad, because if they layer the spider, I just start the game marked. No. And hot on their heels. Just try to leak some damage, I guess. I don't know. I did cut Fire That Burns Within down to 2, since it's sometimes hard to play if you can't get your Phoenix Flame back. I could kinda... I don't hate that. Alright, and now we're gonna break the... we pushed 2 points. I'm not like... It was fine. It was a fine turn. I am never blocking the dagger. And I generally don't want to block, right? If I take Cinder's place, Oscilio takes Verdant's, Gravy still Gravy. Gravy... It's interesting because I see so many top players saying that Gravy's in like tier A now instead of tier S because of all of the changes. We just take this down. Like, they're going to have Mark. They're going to have Stain. The way you get super punished is by... Oh my god, it was a blue. Holy shit. Or we just outskill our opponent by having a blue on top of our deck. I was going to say the way that the Marionette gets you is you block 2, and then they have the reaction. And like, well, now you're down 2 cards instead of 1. So just let it happen. Or what you actually do is just be really good at this game. And then the Marionette just takes the wrong color of card. I don't think he was in S tier since before Nats. I think he was S tier for RTN season. But the ally changes really do make him much worse. I think his Guardian matchup gets worse. I think his Brute matchup gets worse. You're just gonna pass? Said he was A tier. Oh, there's Codex for Art of Desire? I mean, if it's Prague, I am gonna... Okay, it is Art of Desire. That's fine. This doesn't affect my hand, so I don't care about it. This doesn't... Oh my god, and they just hit a blue. So I wasn't concerned about it because Arakni's going to Ponder. So even if they had drawn off the Art of Desire, I guess they would have had Go again. I wasn't going to respect it. And what's cool is they also can't Flick Knives me. They Flick Knives me, I get marked, I get hit by Art of Desire, I'm unmarked. I can play Rise from the Ashes, pick up the Phoenix Flame, send 6-1 Break Chain. Problem there is then I'm not turning on Rupture. So I believe what I'm doing... Do I want an Arsenal? Typically not against Assassin. So I might just play the Rise and maximize my hand. That's probably what I do. Just don't have the Arsenal. I mean, I'm not playing the combo cards. I'm not playing Phoenix War or Spreading Flames that would say you want a 5-card hand so that you scale exponentially instead of linearly. So yeah, we'll just play out the hand here. Dodge the Assassin bullshit. This is not the turn where I want to break Pouncing Links. They're still at such a healthy life total that even getting like 8 out of my links now, I think is going to be a lot worse than getting 6 out of my links later. Confirming I do not have a Phoenix Flame in here. And I was correct to not close the chain. Never block Marionette, only when they are Widow, I agree. And you're only blocking when they're Widow, you just put your entire hand in front of them. But I think that's only for Kiss of Death. Like, if they go Black Widow and then Calicera me, I don't think I care. I think I'll let them take a card. But yeah, when it's Kiss of Death, you just put your entire hand on the table. So Salt here would come in for 7. But again, I don't think it's worth it. What's the verdict? Does Fi have it? I think Fi's a good deck. I think he's a good deck with some pretty bad matchups. And the question is just how likely are you to see those matchups? This hand is unfortunate. So what does that mean if this hand is unfortunate? I block the pain with the loyalty. All right, you're flick knivesing me, that's fine. Can't stop it. If I def A tier, but probably not high A, that's what I'm thinking. He's gonna have matchups with that he just runs over. Like, I think his Gravy matchup is gonna be pretty good. I haven't tested it. I think his Verdance matchup is very good. I honestly might just sink this hand. Keep the Marionette on 4 cards instead of 5. Like, I could do this. Yeah, I'm fine with this. My hand just doesn't do anything. Oh, your Funnel Web even? Ah, get wrecked. Get wrecked, idiot. This hand is kind of cool. I have a few lines. So I can do Rise, turns into a Phoenix Flame. Ignite. Fire that burns within, discards the Phoenix Flame. Draw a card, play Hot on their heels, activate 5, pick up the Phoenix Flame. The Phoenix Flame doesn't really get me anything that I'm not already getting because it isn't a Shuko trigger. I could Ignite, Emberblade, float 2 resources, Fire that burns within, activate 5, pick up the Phoenix Flame, discard it. Hot on their heels, Flight Path, Tunic, Emberblade again. That seems better. Almost 40-0-5 the other day. If the Gravy's prepared and gets good draws, it ain't good for you, Chief. That's just gravy. I guess I was supposed to block with Flight Path there. Okay. Well, I like this line that I described. Believe this is the higher value line. I've not blocked with my boots yet. Weirdly, I was expecting to have more time against the Marionette. I wasn't expecting the Calicera for 11 or 13 or whatever it was. Turns out this deck is extremely versatile. Turns out Loot the Hold is a very good card. I'm really glad that Gravy has more Arsenal Destruction that also turns on his hero power. So, run Emberblade, come in with Fire, activate Fi in response to the trigger. Okay, Lair of the Spider's fine. It's not great, but what can you do? Fine. Mounting Anger blue. That's interesting. It lets me use my floating resource without needing to break boots or use Tunic. Which means it's probably what I'm doing. Because if I break Flight Path for Emberblade, I either Tunic to Arsenal the Mounting Anger, which sucks, or I'm burning 2 resources, which I don't love either. So I think I'm just playing the Mounting Anger. And if it hits, then the Hot on their heels comes in for 4. Like, Arakni is encouraged to block this Mounting Anger. They could use Mask of Deceit here, but they've already committed so many cards to blocking that I wonder if the Mask is even good. It looks like they're committing it. See what they flip into. I can also just stop. Alright, so you made it Black Widow. Which means that I am sending hot on their heels. I could break links for Lava Burst, which is only 5. Salt the Wound is only going to be 4. Yeah, we're just not breaking links here. My intention for this hand, next hand, is to just block out. Like, I'm assuming it's Kiss of Death. And then we go boop, 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 boop. Isn't that every deck now? See your power cards or lose. I'm hoping that this matchup is not that way because I'm not playing any of my power cards. Weirdly, I have not really seen any D-Reacts yet. I saw this Loyalty Beyond the Grave. My favorite thing about this strategy of just folding your hand as soon as you see Kiss of Death on a Black Widow is waiting for the Assassin player to stop thinking. Like, it's always fun when you make the Assassin player tank. This is a hand of cards. Where are my D-Reacts? Aside from in my deck. So I have 6 D-Reacts left in my deck somewhere. 2 Shelters, 3 Sinks, and a Loyalty Beyond. Would like to see more of them. But what's going to happen is I'm going to block with this Loyalty, I'm going to activate the Loyalty, and then I'm going to draw a D-React, and my turn is going to be kind of sad. It's a Loyalty Beyond this. We've seen a Codex. Our opponent has not played a Leave No Witnesses yet. Sure. You got it. I'm already marked. You're going to 2-card for me. I'm okay with it. I would like to block with my Flight Path at some point, because this turn seems like I'm probably trying to do the thing. Ignite, Sword, Rising Phoenix. We'll block with Flight Path here. And you can T-Tox me and get 5 value. T-Tox is really a card. There's the Leave No. Well, this doesn't matter. Let's see what I would have drawn. Dragon Power Blue. What's all these blues? Oh, that's a good one. Okay. So now we get to do cool stuff. We are going to... I don't think sequencing here matters. Going to Ignite. No. Going to Emberblade next. Then we'll Rising Resentment. It'd be cool if this hits. I'd get to discount my mounting and not need to use my Tunic. That's not surprising. Come in with mounting next. So you have been hit twice so far. Giving me Tunic, okay. You've been hit twice so far. We Phoenix Flame for 2, neat. Okay, that's my Shuko trigger. We are going to break, we're going to find Salt the Wound. Salt currently representing 5. If this hits, it will represent 6. So we could... Okay, you're going to block it. That's fine. It means you're playing on 1 card. And then we come in for 5. Still have 6 D-Reacts in my deck, so a little spooky. We're going to start drawing some real poopers. This hand just kind of doesn't do anything. Do I think I'm going to get another Tunic trigger this turn, or this game? Looking 3 cards into the Kiss of Death Black Widow is kind of good too, because you force them to choose whether to commit. I don't want them to commit though, because if they commit, I get punished. We block like this. My turn is send 6, Arsenal a Shelter, which I kind of don't hate. Alternatively, because this is 4 and I'm marked. So I think we're giving the Tunic here. I could give both of my pieces of armor, but then still my hand doesn't do anything. This hand is a real pooper. Yeah, we're just gonna do this, and I'm like sad about it. Are you gonna flick me? You are going to flick me. This is fine. I'm at 6. Marionette's gonna flip. But I do have an Arsenal, finally. And a D-React, finally. Trapdoor is kind of... Trapdoor's kind of. You probably do have a D-React. You've got to have like a layer or an inertia trap in here still. Inertia trap would be very unfortunate. It's weird, because on the one hand, Trapdoor isn't going to help them convert offensively. On the other hand, they're low enough on life that I would have wanted them to have to block with cards from hand. Like, there's a world where I just don't Lava Burst to play around the Inertia Trap. Because I have to assume that they're playing it. Fi is a hero against whom you could Inertia Trap. Oh. Okay. Alright, well now I am going to rip the Lava Burst. Oh, if you're not going to... Okay, so it was Inertia Trap, but if you're not going to play it against the thing that Inertia Trap would affect, then, yeah, we're just going to not do that. So if... This is such a weird line. So if they had synced the... If they had D-reacted or even taken damage from the Fire Tenant, I would have just passed the turn. I would have done nothing. But if they are going to use the Inertia Trap, then I'm like, sick. We're so up. So on the one hand, I don't want to take damage. On the other hand, I have 3 D-reacts and I need to try to turn them into something that isn't a D-react. So I am going to sink a sink and try to find something. This is Mark. The problem is that this hand is also bad. These 1 costs are killing me. And I've had many of my blues banished, so it kind of makes sense why I'm drawing these now. I mean, I could just block this, but then the Mounting Anchor doesn't do anything. I could shelter it, but again, then my best line is Rising, Pitch and Flame, Mounting Anger, Rising. I'd rather have the shelter. I think we just do this. And I'm like sad about it. I'm kind of just waiting, but I don't really know what I'm waiting for. Waiting to draw a better hand of cards. We're just preserving HP probably, so it isn't... The reason that I was confused as to why they blocked with the Inertia Trap is that I play the Fire Tenant. Fire Tenant has text, right? It says the next Draconic attack is going to get buffed. So if they were going to use 2 D-reacts anyway, use the Sink below on the Fire Tenant, and then use the Inertia on the next thing I play that buffs the Fire Tenant, or that is buffed by the Fire Tenant. You still use the D-reacts, you just use them differently. Surely this Mario deck will brick. The problem is that my hands are sucking, and they have enough life that I can't just like... Oh, I'm gonna block inefficiently and then get you. Yeah, I'm fine. Too many 1 costs I'm finding. I'm just going to shelter this, and then I have the loyalty for however they pump it. If it's like double stains, and we've already seen 2. We've seen 2 take up the mantles. This could be a 3rd one. I think this is probably when I'm supposed to start trying to make something happen. They were playing around you just not attacking. That was my plan. All right, here's stains 1. Do you have stains 2 or some other pump? Like, are you going to take up? Okay. Codex leave now? Yeah. My best card is going to be, I don't know, Blaze Headlong? Blaze Headlong, discard. I send a 2-card 6. No, this game has not gone well. It started pretty okay. Trapdoor again. That's pretty good for me. I don't know if this was a matter of not seeing the D-reacts early. I feel like there was not very much disruption that I needed to care about in the early game. We've had some good turns. We are lacking the finishing power. Maybe we just can't afford to do no power cards. We need to play some Phoenix War. Then they'd be blocking 4 on 3 and 3 on 4. Maybe just thought you weren't going to save an arsenal. And well, they would be blocking, but they did block 3. They blocked 3 on 3 and then 4 on 3. That's why I think that their line wasn't good. That it just like, it played around me not attacking. But if I don't attack, I'm still IPing a card. All right, now we die. I see. I see you are also Aurora. Oh my god. All right, cool. I think we need to, all right, man. I think we need the power cards in here. We need some. Like, I'm not saying we need to play, we're not gonna play Spreading Flames and Phoenix War, but we just can't play a game where we're averaging 13.38. Like, it makes sense that they're averaging that much because they're disrupting me. They have weaker cards than I do. But like, I need to be doing something. I need some sort of plan. Really starting to see the 1-cost problem here. Probably assumed you had a head jab with go again to get boosted to 4 and empty the hand. I did have that though. That's why they should have waited. Nope. I should have played that one. This is not exactly the like super competitive sweaty stream. Toughness a fake hero and definitely not against Fi. All right, here's a real game. Against Lyath. I think I want to go first so that they can't just set up auras. Let's test just being on the big aggressive plan. Not Bell. Warmongers. Let's test being on the big aggressive plan. And just try to race. But I do want to go first so that I... Oh, you're fatiguing me? Fun. This hand kind of sucks. As much as I don't want to let them filter and I want to just set the Art of War, this hand kind of sucks. I now regret not bringing in my Flame Call package because I am not super teched for anti-fatigue without it. We're gonna send the Ember Blade because I'm going to pitch Fire Tenant. Interesting. Yeah, like What? Surely you block this. How do you know their fatigue already? Because they're showing me Rampart of Ram's Head and 66 cards in their deck. Not really sure why they're fat decking, because they're fatiguing me. Or at least they're trying to. Although with Razor Reflex, maybe not. I actually don't know how this deck boards for fatigue, but I would assume that they are... I would assume that the aggro list is not playing 66 cards. I would assume that the aggro list is playing the minimum 60. Hey, this hand sucks. Jesus Christ. I mean, this hand is playable, right? Pitch hot on their heels, play fire, don't do the thing, blaze, blaze, fi. Like, it's not great, but Snap says it's probably not fatigue. All right, mea culpa. Still don't know why a non-fatigue list is playing 66 into me, but maybe they picked up the list from Fabry and just didn't know how to board it, so they ran everything and are figuring that they'll see what doesn't work as they go. Yeah, this hand, like, obviously isn't great. If Hot on Their Heels was a blue, it would be better. If Fire That Burns Within was a 0-cost starter, it'd be better. But it functions. I get to do, what? 2, 6, 10, 12? It's a 4-card 12, which is not good, but, like, isn't terrible. Tax, if you create a might, create 3 more. That's pretty good. I'm not gonna block this. I think they're just on the janky 66 because they don't know what they're doing. Yeah, that makes sense. What shield does aggro Lyath play? No, you're all right. I get it. I just don't know what aggro Lyath looks like. Rampart being stock standard makes sense. So we still have this Phoenix War set. Tunic is a turn off. No, that all makes sense. You're all right. Are you waiting on me or am I waiting on you? There you go. Thank you. All right. Yes. Hello, opponent. Opponent asking if it was lagging for just me or for both of us or just them. I think it's just them. To refresh. I feel very Syndra in this moment. Side note, I swear there's an inverse relationship between me resolving Fire That Burns Within and me winning the game. It's much better when you actually get to use the text. Oh, it's the 3rd time they had to refresh this game. Ouchie. No, I do not. Yeah, I'm starting to think maybe we have too many 1 costs, but I don't know how... I'm also playing 14 blues. Like, I don't really want to go higher than that. Because that just increases the chances that we draw 2 or 3 blues in a hand and our turns aren't good either. And I don't know which of these 1 costs I'm supposed to cut. Like, okay, sure, we play 2 Fire That Burns Within instead of 3. But then what do I play instead? What head jabs am I missing? What does this one do? You may remove a suspense counter. So you're going to draw... Oh, you're... Okay. Flashing that in. So your next turn is going to be sick. You block 3. That's fine. I'm not going to break pouncing links here. It's definitely not the time. In the palm of their hand again. All right. Calming Breeze. Okay. Still not breaking links. Pick up the Phoenix Flame. We get a little Shuko trigger here. So this Calming Breeze is only preventing 2. Yeah, I mean, Hunt to the Ends isn't terrible. All right, so on 1 card, you do have the Edge of Their Seat and Might. This could be... There are a bunch of things this could be, right? That is the upside of aggro Lyath. They discard a card. For 12? Ouchie. Discarding a card has got to be fine, right? We get hit. I mean, I would have to sink the hand, which I don't, or fold the hand to not get hit by this, which I don't want to do. Which I think is fine. I got a 24. I discard the Mounting Anger. My turn is going to be Ignite. We put in a Thinking because they've been lagging. Want them to know it's me, not them. Discard a Mounting. We go Ignite. Pitch to Emberblade, float 2, display loyalty, respond 5, Phoenix War, float 1. I still have my boots play, so we're blocking with the boots, and I'm discarding the Mounting Anger. I guess I could have discarded the Dragon Pet. It really doesn't matter. Alright, we Ignite. Leave them hang. Jesus Christ. That's fine. That's fine. Hunt is probably good since Mario is still very good. No, that's reasonable. Hunt to the ends is fine. So I go down I go down maybe just the 2 breaking points, honestly. I do like some kind of Arsenal Destruction, but do I want to destroy Pouncing Links? No. So this turn, I'm not really doing anything. I'm just going to do the 2-3-2 line. I float a resource. I'm IPing a card. There just isn't really a great way to do this hand. Like, my Tunic is up. I'm going to have a 5-carder. I'm not overly concerned about Lyath having like a big impactful thing that's going to disrupt me. Yes, he is going to draw 2 cards. Yes, there is a might, but the leave them hanging isn't going to go. I feel like I don't need to like go now. I will have time. Got a Rise now, so I get to Phoenix War. Yeah, don't play. Phoenix there is just, it's too, I don't want to say it's greedy. It's premature. I'm overly worried about the Phoenix War. Like, I'm gonna get to do it. And now I want to be pressuring Lyath, because Lyath has a big turn lined up. What does Two-Face do? When this defends, the attacking hero draws a card, then look at their hand and choose a card, they discard the chosen card. Okay. So I am going to, I think, play Blue Rise here. I'm going to play Blue Rise. I already have a blue, I don't need to. Now I'm going to Phoenix War. That is okay. So this is where I play Rise again. And now I play the Phoenix Flame because I need a starter. Calming Breeze is sick. Sick plays. You two-faced me. I guess you get my Lava Burst, but my turn is still very good. Break Pouncing Links? I don't need to yet. I will need to think about what I'm doing that for. It might just be Salt. Like, this turn is sick. No. So I'm at 2 hits. I'm at 3 hits. Yeah, we're gonna break you for Salt. I get to do big damage stuff. Oh, right. Thought I clicked through a trigger that I needed, and I was very afraid. Alright, this Lyath is very committed to a hand. Oh, right, I don't have a Phoenix Flame. Lol. Hold for 8, okay. Oh, wait. Shit. I forgot to break the fealty. That should have come in for 9. Real ambition. Intimidate target hero. The next time an attack you control hits this turn, create 3 might tokens. What big dumb... Okay. What big dumb thing? Really? That was it? Okay. Yeah, you got it. You got some mites lined up. Yeah. That'll do it. I was gonna say, let's see if they have to leave them hanging. They do, but they hit the red, which I'm like kind of okay with. This can be a double sword turn. So we're gonna just do, I guess it doesn't. No, this doesn't have to be a double sword turn. Because I have the tunic, so I can Emberblade, tunic, fealty, dragon power. Which I think is just correct. Yeah, it's going to threaten lethal. I could pick up my Phoenix Flame. Actually, yeah, I've got the Flight Path. Yeah, that gets... Flight Path here gets me 2 more points. That's gonna be good enough. Double Sword better than Dragon Power 5? Maybe? That will be 7 damage, breaking the boots, or it is 7 damage, breaking the boots. Kind of doesn't matter. But yeah, in that way I save my tunic. Yeah, we will do this. Okay. It's 7 damage either way, but in one of these I get to keep my tunic. Understandable. Yeah, we had that one really big turn. Cool. Let's keep it going. 6 over 5, but we would have gotten the Phoenix Flame with the Dragon Power line. So it was 7 to 7. Either line does the same damage, but one of them I get tunic. Ultimately doesn't matter. Ooh, against Syndra. This is the one I want to test. We go second. We put on Old Knocker. We put in Sink Belows. Phoenix War, Breaking Point. Maybe Shelters? We do 5D reacts? I don't hate that. Probably get punished for having too many 1 costs, but we'll find out. We're learning, we're testing. This hand blocks like shit, so I hope Syndra just passes. Nice. We're so up. I get to Phoenix Flame with itself. Yeah, I get to, okay. So I don't get extra 2 from the Phoenix Flame, but I do get extra 1 from the Phoenix Flame because I don't currently have a Shuko trigger. So now I close the chain. I get to now dump the hand. I sequenced incorrectly. It doesn't matter. The Syndra's not going to block anyway, but I should have sent the Ronin first. So now I get to play out these 3 head jabs. Then pick up the Phoenix Flame again, and now it gets the Shuko trigger. So I get 1 more value out of this hand than I would have if I had just played Rise and then like Ronin. Can't believe people are playing Worse Fi in 2026. I mean, Mask of Momentum and Flick Knives is a hell of a drug. So what's cool about this matchup is that we're just 2 ships passing in the night. Or I'm like, maybe I shouldn't be playing D-Reacts at all. Hey, this hand sucks. And that means we're blocking. I'm not blocking this one. Never let the Syndra know that I don't have it. We can give Salt here, because if I'm going to Arsenal... I guess give Lava Burst. If I'm going to Arsenal something, I want it to be Breaking Point. You're flicking me here? Interesting. I can block this one. Because I'm intending to fold the hand, I can just block here. It keeps them off of Mask Trigger. Where I'm going to get punished is if they Ignite Dagger Pass. So I am thinking that I should use the Sync Blow on this Ignite. Actually, that isn't true. If I IP a card, I IP a card, because what I'm thinking too is what if it's like Display Loyalty, or Demonstrate Devotion. Like if they just Kunai Pass, Kunai Syndra, Arsenal this, then I'm sad. But perfect. Outskilled and outplayed. Is Fi better because he gets his value without interaction from opponent? Fi... Oh, this was a Mask Trigger. Yeah, that's fair. I forgot this was a Mask Trigger. We should have just blocked with the boots there. We could have stopped it. This hand is functional. Is Fi better because he gets his value without interaction from opponent? Fi is better because he gets to play Art of War. And Syndra does not. I wish this hand was better. What do I get to do? I get to do Mounting Anger, Emberblade, Break, Emberblade, Fi, Phoenix Flame, Breaking Point? Sure. Alternatively, I could just do blocking. Like I can block this, I can block the next thing, and just like keep a blue into Emberblade and wait. Don't know how I'm supposed to pilot this when I'm drawing bricks like this. Mounting Anger, Emberblade, pay a resource. Oh, I don't even get to Breaking Point for free? Or I don't even get to do that whole line? Yeah. Okay, we're just blocking. Syndra does have the advantage over Fi, at least currently, where I think Fi builds are largely unrefined, and Syndra builds are very refined. So like I'm struggling with this Fi build because I'm having trouble putting these cards together in ways that like make sense. You hit here, you hit here. Let's block like that. Play around the Ancestral, but also just like try and get these poopy cards out of my hand. I'll just de-react this. Syndra lists are very refined, so she is much less likely to brick than I am, which I'm drawing these hands that are like almost good. Fi definitely seems like he needs to work out some inconsistency issues. That's been my experience. Like he's good. When he draws hot, it's extremely good. Like his ceiling is so much higher than Syndra's. But you draw these hands that like don't work in some way. Like this hand doesn't work because we don't have a starter. And we drew the, okay, Breaking Point is getting cut. We are cutting the Breaking Points. They're cool when they work, but I don't think I've had a game today where Breaking Point felt good. I need to keep this hand because I need to do something. Like I will get to turn Mounting Anger into a Phoenix Flame. I'll get to Old Knocker the Phoenix War. I'm gonna block with our boots. I know that I'm giving Syndra a draw here. She's gonna draw a 1 cost. And I guess, yeah, the breaking point is going to become that stupid fucking Hunt to the Ends of Rathe. As like, that's a card, it's reasonable, I can play it. But yeah, breaking point has consistently felt bad all of today. So we are going to replace it with something else. Cinder the daggers, and then just pass, set up. I have a breaking point, which maybe I get to do on my turn. Who knows? Oh, cut through. Never mind, I don't. Sure. Yep, we're cutting breaking point. Disruption versus consistency. Yeah, I don't think we need the disruption. Like, it's always good to have, but I think we would rather be consistent. Old Knocker to Phoenix War. I need a starter more than anything. Technically that works. Can I afford to... I cannot afford to do the thing. Could I? So if this hits... Let's see if my opponent will let me undo that. Yeah, we're going to do this. I am going to do the thing because I can break Pouncing Links to find Ignite, which I think is going to be better. We don't need a finisher. We have finishers. Consider Blood Drop. I will consider Blood Drop. Is that the 3? Oh my god. All right. Okay. Everyone, it is time to, let's do this. February. Let's open a whole ass window for this. This is also going to be the last thing I do today, because I do need to get to scootin', get to steppin'. Let's bring this up. We're going to do... Turn you... Oh, you can already see this. Perfect. Oh, no, that's Talishar. Never mind, I'm done. Fabry. We're going to quickly change the list. We have too many 1 costs, and they are a problem. So we go into Phi. We're going to definitely cut the breaking points. Which one is Blood Drop? Is the 1 for 2? There's no fucking way. What was the other one? What's the 2 for 3? Bloodline. Yeah, it's got to be Bloodline. Blood Drop's the... Like, if I'm going to play Blood Drop, I'd rather just play Hunt to the Ends. So Blood Drop, I guess we just put it in the inventory? Is there a world where I'm ever not playing Bloodline? I don't think so. So it goes in the deck. Then we have to board in 8 cards to any given game, which would be like D-React, power card, double power card. What if we cut a fire and did put a 13th blue in? Because Bloodline might cost us 1 or 2 occasionally. What blue card do we need? Cinderskin Devotion? Ugh. That brings us to 52. Which means we are probably moving these to the inventory, and then we are on bringing 2 blues to any given matchup, and the 2 blues are either going to be Cinderskin Dragon Power for matchups where we don't need Amulet or Warmongers, and then for Oscilio it's Amulet, and for Marlynn, Dio. I'm sure something else that I'm forgetting. We bring in Warmongers. And then the other... Oh, this puts us... Oh, never mind. These are in the deck. This puts us to 52. Okay, so we're bringing in... They're 2 blues. Now we have the same problem as before, where we bring in the power cards. We bring in these 6 to, like, an aggro race. And then what 2 cards are we bringing? Is it the extra blues that don't do anything? Is it... We should cut Shelter from the Storm. We should cut Shelter. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to maybe the Shelters. We're going to put in Hunt to the ends. Inventory. Okay. So it's either 2 of Amulet, Warmonger's Hunt, and then the power cards, or it is Hunt, power card, Flame Call package, or 6D React, Hunt. That's the matchup. I think the Bloodline Blood Drop or Booty. Pummel is just the meme. Well, I'm not playing Pummel. I need something that is Draconic and has Go Again. Hunt to the Ends is one of them. Go Again, Draconic. Like, what other options do we have? Blood Drop, Bloodline, Rip. This would be perfect. More Lava Vein Loyalty, but my problem has been not having starters. Could be Inflame, but I think this card is really bad. It could be, it's just more 1 cost or yellows. Like, we could play yellow Rising Resentment. We could play mainboard Flame Call. What about 15, 16 blues plus Flame Wave? I think that is a different deck. I think that deck has different requirements than what this one does. If we cut Bloodline and put in the Flame Call package, just main board, we're playing 3 Flame Calls and a Phoenix Flame, which brings us to 54 cards. But then we just need more blues all the time. So then we have to start looking at other cuts. I'm going to leave this for now. This is the list I'm going to play. Wow, this deck is $320. This is the list I'm going to play on Thursday. And we're going to see how it does. But somehow the ratios are off. Something needs to be cut. Something is not feeling good with this list. And it's either got too few blues or too many 1 costs. So we're going to figure it out. And it definitely needs starters. But that's the problem I'm having. $42 Draconic. How much just Go Again do I have? That doesn't matter. That also doesn't matter. We have how many starters? 2. How many Draconic starters? 2, 4, 7, 10. No, I should count this different. 2, 4, 7, 13, 19, 22, 25 Draconic starters. Gives me... I have a 34% chance to see 1. I have an 11% chance to not have a starter. In Flame, I've seen a lot on Tally, but I don't know. Is Yellow Head Jab an option? Yeah, I could play Yellow Rising Resentment, which is the best yellow. Maybe we just do that. Maybe Bloodline is too cute. All right. Rising Resentment. This makes us like slightly worse into Marlynn and Gravy because we put yellows into our graveyard for them, but I don't think that's something we need to care about. All right, I think the list makes sense. It's just inconsistent. And so we need to work on that. I guess to the question of why would you play Syndra instead of Fi, it's consistency. So I'm gonna call it for today. Weird games today. I feel like we're either weird drawing worse or other decks are tuning against Fi, which, I mean, could be both. I feel like the games we've had last week and the week before were very high rolling in our favor, and now we're starting to get the other side of the variance, but we're at least figuring some stuff out. We can't just play a bunch of D-Reacts against Marionette. We need some kind of gas. Mid-range Jarl is pretty bad. If they're flipping your yellow instead of flame, I think that's okay. Sure. Maybe it baits bad players into doing that, or maybe they need the gold and they can't afford to flip the Phoenix Flame. We're honing in on something here. I do think Fi has legs, but it just hasn't felt as good recently, so we're going to work on it. Thank you all for tuning in. I will see you all on Thursday, same time, same place, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, playing more Fi. Hope you have a great rest of your Monday. Hope you have a great Tuesday and Wednesday. I will catch you all later. Until the next time I see you all, take care.